Some of you will already know that this is Mental Health Awareness Week. Of course, COVID has underlined just how important our physical and mental well-being is. The good news is that a lot is being done to help us all. This from Tom Williams.
To quote Ratty in The Wind in the Willows, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, half so much worth doing as simply messing about in boats. They don't even have to be real. These, the remote-controlled option. It's all about having fun on water, in the open air.
There's something special about going on the water that all sailors know, and you come back absolutely buzzing with it. I don't know, it's maybe because we came from water, the sun, the salt, the camaraderie in the bar, but it's also about the concentration that you need to put into it that takes you completely away from your problems.
Sailing Wellness is what's known as a Blue Health Initiative, initially designed to help military personnel suffering from PTSD and depression, essentially channeling the benefits of being on or near water to promote health and well-being.
It's more difficult than it looks, but it's great fun. And I'm a carer for my wife at home who's ill, and this is a great relaxation for me.
All it is that one way to steer and that for the sheets, you know. Cheap entry, very easy to get into and very easy to coordinate.
In Harlow, meet Louise. COVID piled more pressure on an already stressful life.
I was very down, a lot more down than people realised. Work literally was shut down. I had virtual meetings at work, but it wasn't the same.
She signed up to a weight management scheme. It's improved her physical and mental health.
I didn't realise how much my weight was causing me to feel even more self-loathing, embarrassed. I had to do something about it.
She lost 5 stone. Latest government figures show work-related illness is on the rise. More Life are encouraging more people in Essex to take part in online well-being sessions to help out.
When I say the word health, we often picture someone drinking a smoothie with very defined abs, and it's a very clear picture. We don't necessarily think of how much time we spend outdoors in green spaces or by blue spaces, by rivers and lakes, and they have such a massive impact on our mental well-being.
Back at Blackwater Sailing Club, life's a bit of a breeze, away from the worries of the world. Tom Williams, BBC Look East.
Well, let's talk to the Paralympic sailor Hannah Stodel, who spent a lot of time sailing in Essex. I know that yours are full-size boats, not the small ones, but how much difference does it make actually doing something like that?
It's like nothing else, I think, in terms of the freedom you get from being on the water and just the fresh air. There's something to be said about getting fresh air as often as possible, and definitely being part of a team is a really positive thing to have, for sure. And
sailing is, I suppose it's just getting involved in anything which involves you getting out of the house and doing something which takes your mind off everything else.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, certainly during lockdown when sailing stopped for all of us, we had to find other outlets, and something as simple as taking a walk was so powerful. And I think we often forget how much we need that in our lives.
And COVID for you, how difficult has that been?
It's been very different. I mean, certainly frustrating at times, not being able to do something that I absolutely love, not being able to get out on the water, and being isolated and being stuck at home was very different for me. I'm definitely a very outdoors person, so being in the house was a strange change, I'd say. So yeah, it's been a struggle at times, but I've tried to make the best of the situation, and I've been really lucky. I've managed to stick to my training and do other things like online learning and things to keep me occupied.
And we're talking about well-being, mental health and physical health. For some people, it's not easy just to get outside, or it hasn't been.
No, definitely not. And I think you know, it is difficult at times, and people have definitely been scared to even go outside. I know I myself really struggled with the anxiety around COVID, and sometimes even taking that walk was a stress to me. So yeah, I can totally appreciate that. But I made sure that I was outside every day, even if it was just in my garden, you know, just to get that fresh air was really important.
And so what would your message be to anybody who even now is feeling very anxious?
Start small. Definitely start small. You know, even if that's sitting in your garden, reading a book, whatever it is, just take time to get outside and get that fresh air. And if that means going for a long old walk in the countryside, going to the seaside, visiting the sea, you know, it's really powerful. And don't take that for granted. You know, start small and definitely get out there.
They are two wonderful things to do. Lovely to talk to you, Hannah. Thank you very much.
Thanks.